Hi, my name is Joey Finrow, and I am a local real estate agent in Orange County, California. I've been selling real estate for over 12 years now. And right now in this video, we're going to talk about which is a better deal, renting or buying a property and having a mortgage. Which is a better deal today in 2026? And what should you consider doing if you're in the middle of figuring out, should you rent or should you buy this year? So let's go ahead and dive into it. So right now rates have been going up and down the last couple of years quite significantly. And we could literally see 0.5% swings within 2 weeks. And we just saw that. A couple of weeks ago, we were in the low sixes to high fives, and now we're in the mid to high sixes. And so we had a 0.5% swing within 2 weeks. And that really has pulls on the market. And so with all that to say, with rates being where they're at today, even being in the high fives, which is really good right now. If you could get in the high fives right now, that's a blessing to have. But that being said, if with rates where they are at today, still renting right now, the monthly cost, if you're just looking between what the monthly rent is or the monthly mortgage and the total housing payment between the two, renting is going to be significantly lower. Before COVID or even during COVID, when rates were 3 to 4%, owning a home was a little bit more expensive, maybe 10 or 15% higher of a payment than renting. But when you factor in all the cost incentives, such as tax savings, appreciation, paying down your debt, it was almost a wash. But now just the monthly payment comparison is dramatically different. Like here, I sell a lot of houses in Rancho Santa Margarita, Coto de Caza, Dove Canyon, Trabuco Canyon. Here, you might have just a single family home that's 2,000 square feet. That would lease about $500 to $5,500 per month. But the mortgage right now, on average, it does depend a little bit on how much you put down, but traditionally it's going to be $7,000 to $8,000. So it's going to be significantly more per month as far as a monthly budget concern. You probably have heard me talk about the 1,000 benefits of owning real estate. I highly recommend it. I still encourage to do that, but if you don't have the down payment for owning a home, you are going to save a good amount with the monthly rent. And so if you're looking for more of a shorter term deal, leasing a property right now, especially in Orange County, with prices being so high and also interest rates being so high, it's going to be more affordable on a monthly basis. However, long term, I do not recommend leasing long term if you have the option to purchase, because again, when you own a property and you have a mortgage, that payment stays the same for the entire duration of the loan. So if you never refinance or never pull money out or anything like that, and you just keep the loan for 30 years, your monthly payment is going to be the same. So that's one reassurance. With rent, think of what rent's going to be in 10 years. That same property. And if you were to buy today, let's say you have that $7,000 or $8,000 a month mortgage payment, when rates go down to 5% or 4.5% one day, you're going to significantly lower your monthly payment. It will likely go back down to about $6,000 or high 5,000s, because right now so much of that monthly payment is towards interest because the interest rate is high. So short term, if you're looking to rent a property for a year or two as you're trying to figure out your situation, don't know if you want to stay in this area, renting is going to be a better option. But if you know you're going to stay in that location, you have steady work history, and you know you can keep the home for the foreseeable future, for over 5 years, over 7 years, highly recommend buying if you can afford the payment. If you can't afford that 6 or 7 or 8 grand in that analogy, then don't do it. Then go rent and figure out how can you make the numbers work for you to own a property one day. The real estate market is changing month to month. It seems like there's polar opposite. Every time you flip on your phone, there's conflicting data and conflicting messaging about what's going on in the real estate market. The first quarter of this year in 2026, it was actually the busiest quarter I've had being in business. But shortly after first quarter, it started to slow down a little bit because of rates going up 0.5% really quickly. But now it's starting to pick up again. And so you'll hear people in real estate, they'll have potentially conflicting data. And so you don't necessarily know what to believe. One of the things is it could just be the market is changing pretty quickly. And it can be a buyer's market or a seller's market within a matter of a month. Second thing is pay attention to what interest rates are doing, because right now over the last 4 years, since interest rates have gone up so much, every quarter to 0.5% drop or drop or raise in any direction, it can have a very quick effect on real estate and the demand and people coming back into the market or people waiting a little bit longer. So a couple things to think about there. And then lastly, I would just listen to educated people that are professionals in the field that actually have a respectable opinion. Just because someone's a realtor or someone's at a news channel, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a local expert and they know what's going on and they have boots on the ground. Follow somebody or seek advice from at least a professional that's local, that knows the market, that looks at the numbers. For more numbers and data on the real estate market in Orange County, and especially in Rancho Santa Margarita, Cotocaza, Dove Canyon, Trabuco Canyon, leave a comment below. I have some resources for you. For any questions about this video, leave a comment below as well, and we'll see you in the next video.